Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Doing absolutely fantastic. We are at the Limaland Motorsports Park once again, joined with the Short Track Rivals Racing Limited Late Model Division. We got 15 drivers signed in for action here tonight for round, I believe it is 7 of the series here. So these weeks are just clicking by faster and faster. Matt Smith, the current points leader, followed by Dalton McDaniel, and I do not see Dalton signed in to race here tonight. So Matt Smith very well improves his lead tonight at the conclusion of the racing. Here, qualifying has started, though. 5 minutes on the clock for these drivers. They get 3 laps apiece. Looks like Tyler Radeball in the 51 machines already heading out there along with a host of others. So we'll check out Tyler Radeball's qualifying effort here tonight. Using the middle part of the racetrack here. See what lap 1 brings at a 13:34 for him. Matt Smith pops up to the top of the board at a 13:05. Tyler Bickford at a 13:19. Radeball's second lap better, or actually no, a couple of hundredths slower there. So looks like Matt Smith's about to come around and complete his third lap. He wasn't able to pick up either, so he's going to take a 13:05. Kyle Newhouse also there at a 13:05. As I say that, Tyler Bickford just popped up to the top of the board at a 12:84. Dawson Tone right there as well at a 12:92. Anthony Ramsey in the number 6 machine. Lap 1 for him at a 13:17. 7th quick. Lap 2, a 13:22. Jordan Tucker just ran a 13:11. He's now 7th quick. Ramsey's third lap wasn't able to improve on there either. Cameron Tucker, car 53. His first lap at a 12:98, 4th quick. Lap 2 just a little slower. Completes lap 3 and able to pick up just a little bit. A 12:94 into the top 3. Blade Wisdom, one of the last drivers out on the racetrack in the 22. Coming around to complete his third lap. He runs a 13:01 on lap 3, 6th quick for him. And last but certainly not least, the 5 machine of Gabe Griffin. Lap 1 for Gabe, a 12:93, a good lap 1, right up to 3rd. Lap 2 improves to a 12:91 into 2nd place. Lap 3 just a little slower, so he's going to take a 12:91 and P2. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying here tonight. We're going to roll right into heat racing action. I expect we'll have a couple of heats here and then a warm-up session, and we'll roll into feature action shortly thereafter that. So Tim, any opening thoughts or anything you're seeing in qualifying here you want to talk about?
just take a look at turns 1 and 3. That the whole entry point of the high side and uh, about halfway through uh, both turns, I guess you could say, is the inside line getting worked. Uh, Getting a lot of slickness everywhere here. So let's see what these drivers can do here.
All right, good insight from you there, Tim. Heat 1 is gridding up on the racetrack now. On the front row is going to be Tyler Bigford and Dawson Tone. Row 2 is going to be Jason McManus and Blade Wisdom. Row 3 will be Matt Smith and Anthony Ramsey. Row 4 is going to be Joseph Groom and Tyler Radeball. Oh, yes. SDK strikes again. Unfortunately. Bear with me. I know we're about to take the green flag. Try to get this back up and running before. And I did just in the nick of time. The green flag is in the air. We're underway in heat race number 1. Bickford down low. Dawson Tone up on the high side. They're still going to be side by side into 3. Bickford maybe with a bit of an advantage out of 4, but Tone with the momentum on the outside was able to pull right up and not let Bickford shut the door just yet. Blade Wisdom now into 3rd. Jason McManus in 4th all the way up high. But Bickford and Tone still side by side a couple laps in here, Tim.
Yeah, Tone's really working that outside along with Blade Wisdom, just trying to find a lane around both of these guys. He goes right down to the bottom now.
We have 4 cars, Tim, now battling for the top spot. Tone, Bickford side by side. Wisdom, McManus there as well. McManus has caught these top 3, and he's just trying to find a way around. But Dawson Tone with the momentum on the outside moves into the lead for now. Uh-oh, Tyler Bickford clips a tire. Going to lose some momentum, and that might drop him back to 4th here. We'll see, but now Jason McManus trying to take over the lead as he's going to take a peek to the inside of Dawson Tone. Bickford still running all the way down low near those tires, trying to make something happen. He's going to settle in 4th, though, for now. Jason McManus with a baby slider out of turn 2. Tone with the crossover down the back straightaway and into turn 3. McManus going to do the same to him down the front. White flag in the air. Are we going to see a drag race to the line? We're about to find out. McManus into the lead. What's Tone able to do down here in 3 and 4? He turns it underneath of him, but McManus with the run out of turn 4 wins heat 1. Dawson Tone 2nd. Tyler Bickford will be credited 3rd. Blade Wisdom 4th. Anthony Ramsey 5th. Matt Smith 6th. Joseph Groom in 7th. And Tyler Radeball rounds out heat race number 1. And wow, what awesome racing we saw at the front there, Tim.
Yeah, I had to rub my eyes for a second. I couldn't tell if we were at Daga or if we're here at Limaland.
No kidding. No kidding. Here, looking at the starting lineup for heat race number 2. On the front row will be Gabe Griffin and Cameron Tucker. Row 2 will be Ryan Howard and Jordan Tucker. Row 3 will be Kyle Newhouse and Junior McDuff. And row 4 is going to be Matthias Busk. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I had to kind of double look at that 66 machine of Jordan Tucker. It kind of looks like the color scheme matches. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The mystery machine. The color scheme kind of looks like that. So unique colors, but I like it. Got Kubota on the hood of that race car. So looking nice out there. I like that.
I think the scheme does have like the little pattern.
Yeah, it's close. Pace truck peels off. Tim, get us underway here.
Gabe Griffin, our leader, fires away. He gets a great launch as So does Cameron Tucker, who's just trying to sneak around the outside, can't get it done. He slides in line behind Gabe Griffin. Ryan Howard slides up, takes over third position for good.
Oh
Jordan
my!
Tucker in that mystery machine avoids
Yeah,
Ryan
Ryan.
04.
Yeah, Howard toes into the pit area there. Still up front, Gabe Griffin, a few car lengths between himself now and that 53 machine of Cameron Tucker, and it's a few more car lengths back to third place position Kyle Newhouse. As we are single filed out, a much calmer start to this second heat race than heat race number 1. Junior McDuff rounds out the top 5, and back in 6 is Matthias Busk. 4 down, 4 to go in heat race 2, and Gabe Griffin likes what he sees out in front and behind. Each driver has a little bit of gap as they're figuring out the Limaland a little more as each lap ticks by and figuring out what their set is good at and what adjustments they could tweak as the night rolls on. It'll be interesting to see, Tim, if the admins do any reworking here of the racetrack or if they let it go the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's going to be a big part into what we're going to see in the feature.
Yeah, no kidding. As Gabe Griffin barrels down into 3 and 4 and comes to the line and takes the checkered flag here in heat 2. Cameron Tucker will be second, third to Kyle Newhouse, fourth to Jordan Tucker, fifth to Junior McDuff, and sixth place goes to Matthias Busk. Ryan Howard finishes 7th in the pit area. 2 heats went by in the blink of an eye, already into our 5-minute warm-up session. These drivers get to make some final adjustments to their setups. Looks like the track may have gotten a slight rework in, but for the most part, there's still some slick areas out there. I think they let it go, so we'll see how that plays a role into our feature event, what drivers come and go as the night wears on. But for now, we're going to step aside and get a word from our sponsors over at Premier Racing Setups. All right, everybody, welcome back in here to the Buckeye Racing Network. Just about a minute left of our warm-up session. Blade Wisdom sets the quickest time at the moment at a 12.94. Tyler Bigford right there at a 12.95. And everybody else is in the 13-second bracket from third all the way back to 14th. And we can see here from high above the Limaland Motorsports Park, there is the entries to 1 and to turn 3 has really slicked off. So drivers having to navigate their way through the entry and find their grip in the middle and exit of the corner. And you can see, you know, some drivers electing the low line, some electing the middle, and some electing all the way up on the wall here in tonight's warm-up session. But it'll be interesting to see, once we get the green flag for the feature, what lane moves forward early on and what lane moves forward late in the race. That's going to do it for tonight's warm-up session. We're going to take a look at tonight's starting lineup. On the front row is going to be Jason McManus and Gabe Griffin, your Heat 1 and Heat 2 winner. Row 2 is going to be Dawson Tone and Cameron Tucker. Row 3, Tyler Bickford and Kyle Newhouse. Row 4, Blade Wisdom and Jordan Tucker. Row 5, Anthony Ramsey and Junior McDuff. Row 6, Matt Smith and Matthias Busk. Row 7, Joseph Groom and Ryan Howard. And row 8, one driver, it's going to be Tyler Radeball. 30 laps the distance. Go ahead, Tim.
Who do you have your eye on, buddy?
Well, I'll tell you what. Last week here in the limited late model division, Tyler Radeball found something throughout the feature event using the inside and found himself in the lead with a couple laps to go from near the back of the field. So, you know what? This week, my driver to keep an eye on is going to be that 51 machine of Tyler Radeball. How about you?
You know, it's going to be fun to see if he can move his way up there, but I think I'm going to keep my eye on that 53 machine of Cameron Tucker.
All right. That's a good driver to keep an eye on here tonight for sure. The pace truck, though, is heading down into the pit area. Jason McManus fires, gets us underway to rock and roll for 30 laps here at Limaland. He leads the charge into one. They're side by side for second on back. Now Gabe Griffin with a great run down the back straightaway. 3 wide out of turn 4 for the race lead. Tyler Bickford got a little sideways there on the bottom. He may have clipped the tire, but he was able to gather it back up and didn't lose too much track position as Gabe Griffin and Jason McManus still side by side. Cameron Tucker has moved up into the third spot now as Blade Wisdom and Dawson Tone work side by side into turn 3. Look at the 66 machine of Jordan Tucker pulling a slide job in through 3 and 4. He now moves up to the top side. There's the 07 machine of Tyler Bickford, still working down low just like he did in his heat race. Back up front, already working on lap number 5 here as McManus, followed by Gabe Griffin, Cameron Tucker, and Blade Wisdom. Gabe has a peek to the inside, but the momentum up top for Jason works to his advantage. Take a peek back here at the 07 machine of Tyler Bickford. He was able to move by Jordan Tucker in the 66, and he's still working to the inside of Dawson Tone for that 5th place position. look at our top 4 or 5 here, all running in a similar line through the corner. I say that now, the 22 of Blade Wisdom drops it all the way down as low as he can to try to make a pass on Cameron Tucker there in the 53. Momentum going to work to Cameron's advantage. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I see Tyler Bickford has just been down there. Well, now he moves up. It seems like every time we go to point something out, the drivers will do something different. But he was running the very bottom, close to the tires. I wonder if that was just him trying to save.
Oh, be careful!
And we got one around.
Tone.
Bickford misses. The mystery machine does not. We stay green.
Yeah, that was kind of hairy there. The 66 of Jordan Tucker had nowhere to go. The caution flag does finally wave here on lap 12, or 11, excuse me. But we're going to have to rewind that just a little bit to see exactly what happened. It looked like Dawson Tone just got into turn 1 a lot better than the 22 of Blade Wisdom. We're going to look at this and decipher it a little more. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Tone tried to enter in a little lower, carried a lot more momentum in, and just tagged Blade Wisdom in the left rear and sent his car around. But Tone was able to throttle it back up and get going. Blade Wisdom was trying to do the same. Here comes the 66 machine of Jordan Tucker, and he was already committed to the bottom and tried to split both of those cars and just ended up making contact with Tone and Wisdom. See, Tone kept his car at a stop at the inside of turn 2, and I think that's what drew the yellow flag out ultimately, was Tone being stopped there at the exit of turn number 2. As we're already going back to green flag racing here, Jason McManus going to lead the charge into 1. Gabe Griffin missed the top just a little bit. He's going to lose a couple of spots. He's back into 4th, maybe into 6th, as the 66 machine of Jordan Tucker is looking to his inside, as well as the 07 of Tyler Bickford. As I say, that Blade Wisdom with the big-time slide job through 1 and 2, right across the nose of McManus. McManus going to try to repay that favor. Wasn't clear. Blade Wisdom, he moves into the top spot. New leader. Cautions change everything sometimes, Tim.
Yeah, here comes Gabe Griffin trying to make a pass on Cameron Tucker for 3rd, as he now goes all the way to the outside. Cameron Tucker still running that middle lane, just trying to see if it still works. And it is just not a whole lot of momentum in that lane, as Gabe Griffin now goes to the inside trying to complete the pass. Cameron Tucker holds him off. Gabe Griffin slides back in line as Bickford goes to the very bottom, tries to pull a 2-for-1 special here.
Oh, he just clips that tire and hurts his momentum a touch. Yellow flag being displayed for the 2nd time here tonight. And I'm unsure.
Looks like the 31 machine of Matt Smith.
Well, let's see exactly what happened to Matt. Looks like he makes contact with the outside wall. Car was slow out of turn 4 there. That's about the only thing I see, but it looked like he was still rolling, so.
Yeah, I think that right front was broken.
And he definitely had an issue, because he was off the pace trying to get back going, but that car definitely had a bit of an issue. Field already doubling up. Let's see what happens on this restart. It worked to Blade Wisdom's advantage the last time. The green flag is back in the air, and we are back underway. Now 12 laps to go. Jason McManus all the way up on the cushion. Blade Wisdom down low. I'm telling you something about it. Blade Wisdom uses a slider line in 3 and 4 and slides right up in front of Jason McManus as McManus enters down low. He's going to try to do something similar, but he has to settle in line in second. He's under fire, though, now from the Fiat machine of Gabe Griffin. Already 10 laps to go in this one. Blade Wisdom wants to set sail, and he likes what he sees. Gabe Griffin, Jason McManus battling for now. Also, Tyler Bickford still glued to that bottom lane. He challenges Cameron Tucker for the 4th place position.
Blade Wisdom is just rolling through these corners, and the speed difference is
oh my
tremendous.
goodness, one car spins right in front of the leader. I believe that was the 11 machine of Joseph Groom. That was a close one.
Yeah, well, take a look at how slow the leader looks. Blade Wisdom looks compared to everyone else who's running up higher, but it's working, and I just find it ironic that the slower you go, the faster you go.
Yeah, absolutely. He's up over a second advantage over the rest of the field. Jason McManus is in a fight to hold on to second as Gabe Griffin, Tyler Bickford, Cameron Tucker were 3 wide for a moment. They're battling for the 3rd place position, and they still are battling. Uh-oh, yellow flag out once again. Let's take a look. I believe it happened around the 04 machine of Ryan Howard. You see Anthony Ramsey was up in the wall. Howard makes contact with the outside wall of turn 2 and does something similar to what Matt Smith did, except the car wanted to ride the fence around turns 3 and 4. And he had to tow into the pit area, so unfortunate there for Ryan Howard in the 04 machine. Just a couple laps here to go. Does Blade Wisdom hold on, or is Jason McManus able to find a way around, or potentially even Gabe Griffin or Tyler Bickford? Lights do go out this time on the iRacing pace truck. Field in a single file line behind Blade Wisdom. Green flag back in the air, a 2-lap shootout to settle this one here at Limaland. Wisdom, McManus enter down low. McManus, makes a little contact with Wisdom. Both drivers able to hold on to it. Wisdom uses the bottom to his defense here through 3 and 4. Flagman has the white flag waving now. Gabe Griffin, Tyler Bickford 3rd, 4th, Cameron Tucker in 5th. Wisdom defensive into turn 3. McManus trying to stick a nose in there, unable to do so. Blade Wisdom brings home the checkered flag here tonight. Jason McManus brings home 2nd, and Gabe Griffin was able to hold on for 3rd. We'll get to talk to those gentlemen in a few moments as we look down the rest of the finishing results here tonight. Coming home in 4th was Tyler Bickford. 5th goes to Cameron Tucker. 6th to Anthony Ramsey. 7th to Kyle Newhouse. 8th to Jordan Tucker. 9th to Dawson Tone. 10th to Junior McDuff. 11th to Ryan Howard. 12th to Matt Smith. 13th to Tyler Radabaugh. 14th to Matthias Busk. And 15th goes to Joseph Groom. All right, we're going to start off tonight's interviews with our 3rd place finisher, Gabe Griffin. Hey Gabe, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
All right, man, a solid run for you here tonight. Battled in the top 3. tell us a little bit about your night and maybe what extra you needed out of the car there in the closing laps.
Car felt good all night. Felt like we was fast. I knew Blade was gonna be fast because he was fast in warm up. No doubt he was gonna be up there, but I had to check up on one of the restarts and I kind of fell back. But yeah, we did great and came back and finished third.
Yeah, absolutely. A good night for you here tonight. Tim, do you have anything to ask Gabe? Tim, do you have a copy?
I I do. I must have accidentally hit the mute button on my keyboard.
It's all
But
good.
Gabe, what do you look forward when you come to this track and in this car? And what are some of the difficulties around this place?
Um, well, these cars, it's the momentum in these cars. You can't really keep it on the bottom. I kind of expected the high side to be fast, but it looked like the middle to be very quick tonight, I guess.
Yeah, the middle for sure was pretty quick for everybody here tonight. Gabe, before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
Um, I don't think CFM, CFF setups, Bilstein shocks, um, Longhorn chassis, Hoosier tires, and my dad.
All right, well, congratulations again on the top three, and we'll let you celebrate it.
Thank
Yeah, absolutely. That was our third place finisher, Gabe Griffin. Tonight's second place finisher is Jason McManus. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. What is up, boys?
Oh, just having a good time watching you guys work your way around Limaland here tonight. A great finish for you coming home in second. Led a few laps there. Had a great battle with Blade Wisdom there after one of the restarts, and you were trying to hound him for him to make a mistake there on the 2 to go restart.
Yeah, man, I tried if I'd have found that bottom center, I feel like I had a chance, but I just pedaled it around the top because I thought it'd be topside. I had a setup in for the topside, and the track just blew off on the top, so I kind of nailed myself in the foot there. But I mean, it was a good race altogether, so I can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a joy to watch up here in the booth. Tim, do you have anything to ask Jason?
Yeah, what was so difficult about this track tonight?
I think passing people was probably the hardest part about this track because in the heat race, it was kind of one laned. The bottom wasn't really there, and I just kind of snuck around the middle, and then I had to throw a slide job to get around Dawson Tone, and I had to wait for him to mess up, and luckily he did. So, and then the feature, it was kind of single file up until the halfway point whenever Blade found something on the bottom, and I love that boy, but he is so fast around any part of any track, and I cannot figure out how he does it. I got to sit down and have a talk to him about that.
It sounds like you definitely need to do that, Jason. Well, before we let you go here tonight, anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, man, I gotta thank my race team, Jason McManus Sim Sports. I gotta thank Tyler Bickford. He's helped me a lot about setups and stuff like that. I gotta thank Dana Burdick, one of the admins. He's helped me with wraps and getting to know how to do wraps and stuff like that. I gotta thank Extreme Rap Studio. That's my mine and Dana's rap business that we started. I gotta thank Blade Wisdom for giving me the show, you guys for the awesome broadcast. Thank you guys so much, and Gabe Griffin for the awesome race.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate the kind words. Without good racers and good fans, there wouldn't be no Buckeye Racing Network, that's for sure. Well, Jason, again, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you, man.
All right. Let's now talk to our winner, Mr. Blade Wisdom. Hey, Blade, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. How does it feel coming home with the checkered flag here tonight from 7th to 1st and had to battle your way up there?
It feels pretty good. I didn't do so good in qualifying or in the heat race. I couldn't get around anybody in the heat race. So I started off early in the feature and got around some guys pretty quick, and then hung around fourth and third for a minute. And on that restart, I went to the bottom right before that, and it felt really good. So I went back to it on that restart and got momentum. I got by him pretty easily, and then threw a slider just to finish it off.
Yeah, absolutely. You had that thing moving forward for you here tonight. Tim, do you have anything to ask Blade?
Yeah, Blade, you were riding around. Well, it seemed like you were riding around the first half of the race, and then you found that bottom. Can you explain what you had to do to roll that bottom?
Yeah, man, these things are completely different than supers, man. These threw me for a loop. This is the first time I've ran these, and I hopped in it, and I was like, man, like how is anybody fast in these? And finally, I figured it out that like no matter where you're out on the track, as long as you come out of the corner at least halfway straight, you're gonna be fast. And it just took me a second to just sit down and actually figure out the car.
Yeah, for sure. As we see, like you guys talked about, not everybody makes setups for these things, and they're hard to figure out. Is there anything maybe you don't even want to share, but you've found that helps out with these limited lates?
Yeah, they're geared down way too low. Like I guess they just expect people to run the top the whole race. It like I was bogging down in the heat race and in qualifying trying to run the bottom, so I put lower gear in it, and I mean I'd hit the chip entering the corner high, but other than that, that was about it. Which that's what you want with a race car, really. And other than that, the setup was fairly. I mean, it felt really tight because I'm so used to supers, but it worked out for me.
Yes, it sure did. Well, Blade, before we let you go, anybody you need to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Campbell's Trailer Rental, McManus Grading Company, Bowers Design, the Plum Wild Podcast, and most importantly, Majula C Speed Shop, CFM, and Carolina Sim Sports for everything they do for me.
All right, Blade. Well, we certainly appreciate you getting a word in here with us tonight. We'll let you celebrate your win.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. That's going to conclude our interviews here tonight. Well, Tim, closing thoughts from you after this latest round at Limaland Motorsports Park.
Just a great race. These guys just find a new way to surprise us. It seems like every race we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Great battling, great racing tonight around Limaland. I always enjoy visiting this racetrack in any dirt league that comes here. It always puts on a good show for as small of a bull ring as it is. Upcoming for us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, this coming Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the Regal Promotions Esports Shockeye Racing Performance 305 Nationals event with the 305 sprint cars. It's going to be a fixed setup, the iRacing fixed setup, and it's a 3,000 iRating cap. So if that is one of you drivers that's out there watching here tonight, come be a part of that event. If you need any info, we will get that to you. But again, you can check out Regal's website and their Discord channel for all of the info on that. And then, of course, next Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we will have the next rounds for the Short Track Rivals Racing 305 Sprint Division and Limited Late Model Division. So that's upcoming for us here, but that's going to do it for us here tonight at the Limaland Motorsports Park. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night, everybody.